What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. This is the truth behind the beef with Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj, or Nicki Minaj versus Lil Kim. Whichever one makes you feel better. Now, I can go back to 2007, maybe 2006 with this. And I mean the actual start of her career, and that means Nicki Minaj. Because she actually used to follow me on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but MySpace. Yeah, Nicki. We'll get to that in a second. But let's catch people up for those who probably don't know who Lil Kim was. Lil Kim was a trendsetter. Okay, when she came out, there was no female rapping like how she was rapping. It changed the game for the better and the worse. It made everybody feel like you had to be extra sexy. Back then, it was the female rappers were more b-boy or b-girls. They dressed up more like dudes, and nobody looked at them as sex symbols. They had to basically just take them seriously as rappers or MCs, and that's how they wanted to be viewed. But the marketing and the image behind Lil Kim was, when she first came out with Junior Mafia, they was respecting her as an MC. Like they liked her flow. But now, on her solo album, they don't want people to just like her flow. They want dudes to want to screw her. And that was the marketing promotion that and Biggie took. They took that direction. Like, I want dudes to want to, sleep with her. And that was the marketing direction and the album direction. And the lyrics were abrasive and sexually shocking. Because no one had done that yet. And then here come Foxy Brown doing basically the same thing. But this launched her to prominence. And even after Biggie's passing and his murder, she was still able to remain relevant in the game. When she came out with the notorious KIM and all the stuff she was doing, she had the Barbie look. Nobody had that look but Kim. So she had the Barbie thing going for her, and she had the the rhymes. She still, everybody's like, man, Kim's still rapping. Like, who's writing her rhymes now? So Biggie wrote all of them. Who's writing them now? And I just felt that she really didn't get her props in the game because all kind of other stuff was happening to her. So she took a hiatus with all the contract disputes and everything else. She just took a break from it all and was out of the scenes. Plus, she was getting paid just to sit down. After the jail incident and everything, so there had been a gap for female rappers. I mean, there's been a lot that come out, but they fizzle out and they fall apart. From Trina, and now it's like no MCs are coming to the table. It's all strippers with microphones. And then when you got all these strippers with microphones running around making records, it just, saturate the game. to the point where the people that did care about it in the beginning now could care less. Now it's done. They don't really care about rap no more. It's just a done deal for them. So now that they don't care about it no more, there's an empty lane for female rappers. So the female rappers who was rapping, who couldn't get a deal for rapping, go to R&B. Now Nicki Minaj has this big old gaps. There's no one there. So when she comes in the game, the spot is wide open. And she came in the game with full force. They were the first people to sign her, like they were gonna work with her and do songs with her. And this is back in like 05, 06, when she was really young in the game. And then she was, she's a New York girl, and she got put on to. She got put on with, when she was on MySpace, she started hitting up, what's his name? Oh, gosh. The guy that used to, I think Fendi. Yeah, Big Fendi. And he got the Biggie Smalls wannabe Grady. And all of these guys I used to know from MySpace. That's what makes it funny. Because back then, MySpace was the most crackingest thing in the world. And Fendi, they used to, how people throw the club promotion and all this stuff. And since I know Floyd, they always try to see if I can get Floyd to do stuff. Because they see the pictures of me and Floyd. And see, I got the boxing website. And back then, I didn't even have a boxing website. It was just pictures of me everywhere with Suge. I'm at the club, and that's why Nicki Minaj and all these people are like, oh, I gotta follow this guy. This guy's got something going on. So she had followed me, a couple other people, strippers, whatever. And I know people that the strippers work for, like their managers or their pimps. So Nicki Minaj is not going anywhere, with full force and all that stuff. But she was like, I'm coming, y'all, I just need that lane, I'm coming. I'm gonna take Lil Kim out. I'm gonna take that spot, So that's how she felt about it. Then she hooked up with Fendi, of course, and I'm quite sure everybody knows the beef between her and Fendi. But Fendi used to throw these parties at the club, like I was just saying, and they used to be trying to get me to promote them. And he'll have Nicki there, and he'll have Cherokee, Pinky, and all these other strippers at the party. And all the big ballers, the heavy ballers come out, all the hustlers, bringing their money and all this stuff, and then Nicki will be there. And he heard Nicki tape and he knew Nicki could rap, so this is a way he was going to network Nicki and let her go ahead and perform and get on the mic and all this stuff at the parties. So Pinky is talking to her and was like, oh girl, you good, you getting your money and all this stuff. So, people want to pay for a private show with Pinky. All the ballers that showed up. And they thinking about getting Nicki into the act. And she, some of the other girls, they wanted to make out with her. And she was doing anything she could to try to flirt with him and get herself known and get some, some notoriety, because she was in like groupie-ish mode. So he told her, he made some contacts, and it was like, look, I'm going to get you hooked up with one of these managers out here that's got some hot rappers down south, like Gucci Man, and she didn't know who Gucci LaFleur was and all that stuff. So she got up there with Debbie. And then when she got with Deb, and she doing her thing, Debbie working with her, and doing what she do, they crossed out Fendi, and she went to start working with Gucci, and she's out there with them, and it's been said that she was messing around with Waka. That's been said, but she winds up in the Bricks video with Gucci. She's in the Bricks video. And they's like, man, is that the girl from the Bricks video? It's like, yeah, that's Nicki Minaj. So they make her the, like the love interest. And she's doing all that in the Bricks video. Then Fendi secured a deal with Cash Money because she was going to sign and be up with Gucci. But they wasn't talking about putting out on no records. They heard her spit and was like, yeah, whatever, when you finna do the crew. You giving it up to Waka. So she realized this ain't going nowhere. So she wanted to get up with Lil Wayne. And once the deal come back and the deal ain't good, the manager didn't want to sign off on it. She ready to give up her whole career just for her image, just for the, groupies, rather than getting her money. So it's like, man, if you do this deal, they're gonna rob you. And he was trying to protect her on the deal, but she was like, I gotta get away from him, and Debbie telling her what to do and all this stuff, and it's the oldest trick in the book. Be a snake, cross people out. And so what Fendi did that was wrong was they wired him, when she went around his back, she set out her contract. And when she set out the contract, no matter what deal she signed, he was still going to be taken with her because she didn't buy out the last end of her contract. She never fulfilled her obligations. So even though she set out the remaining time, she would have to pay for all the damages and things that were done during the contract dispute. So she could do shows and perform with Cash Money and all that stuff, but she couldn't sign with them until she took care of the business with him. And he wasn't going to sign off on the deal Lil Wayne and presented, but Nicki wanted to sign off on it. So they was ready to screw her over completely and was getting her to sign the deal. She just wanted to wait. So she goes ahead and signs the deal, then tries to give him a buyout, which was 15 stacks. Now, all of this is going to come into play because you're going to see how it all matters. Once they get the buyout, and this is what Fendi was stupid, he gave them all the money, the contact information, after they told him it was $15,000, he still took the money. And once you take the money, you basically accepted the terms of a buyout. You can't take the money then come back and be like, you know what? That money you sent, that wasn't for the buyout. That was money that was owed to me. Now we could talk about, no, you took the money. And you ain't gonna win in court now. Now she's free. You just screwed up when you took that money. And I guess somebody should tell them, but they gonna go to court for stuff like that. But now she's with Cash Money, Baby and Slim. And what people didn't know is at this time, when they got Nicki in, like Slim and Lil Kim was really close. Like people thought they was screwing each other. Like Slim was messing with her. So Slim was talking about putting Kim on the record with Nicki Minaj, because they trying to figure out what Nicki's look is gonna be when they put her out with Cash Money. Like she needs an image. So they wanted to try to put them on the song, and it was like, if we bridge Lil Kim with Nicki Minaj, that'd be a good look. So Kim is like, okay, everything's on the up and up. And she goes in to record the song. And, you know, the song is it's not really coming out at all. And then it's terrible because Lil Kim vocals, the style she's using on there, Nicki Minaj tries to mimic the style. And Kim wasn't feeling it. She was like, I'm not feeling what she's doing, but okay. Let's put the record out. It should be hot to see her standing next to me. But they didn't want that. And she was like, nah, I'm not getting on there with her. And they didn't want to release the record. So after this, she knew it had to be some sort of a problem. So at this junction, when there was some sort of a problem and what was going on between the two that nobody could seem to understand, they never got back with Kim saying that. Now granted, they said they was finna offer Kim a record deal. They was talking about making a real offer to Kim. It was really going down, and it was just weird after that. Even when she met, you know, Nicki and they talked and did all this stuff on the tour, it was a weird vibe because what they did was when they had Kim around and they was doing that, they would study a little Kim, what she does, how she looks, so they was just brain raping her, you know, taking her whole swag, everything from Lil Kim. And that was going to be the image. She was going to be like Lil Kim Jr. So if you listen to Nicki Minaj's lyrics and her songs, she steals everything that Lil Kim says and put it into her rhymes because she's a Lil Kim fan. So it's easier for her to do because she knows the songs. And somebody, I think on YouTube, actually put like all the lyrics together that Nicki Minaj took from Lil Kim and tried to flip it into her own songs and take credit for them. That's what the problem really lies. Kim is like, look, if you just said, look, you got this, you know, you the queen bee and this and that, but she's trying to use Lil Kim's name and Black Barbie, all this stuff she's doing. She's trying to bring it back around full fold. And instead of embracing Lil Kim and giving her respect, she wants to do it her way and like kind of challenge Lil Kim and try to be the victim of it. And so she's forced to battle Lil Kim. You know, it's crazy. Because realistically, she wants to take Lil Kim out. That's her goal. Is to take out Lil Kim. She don't want no MC, female MC standing around her. It's all got to be about Nicki. And no more Nicki Minaj. She's officially Nicki Minaj. You know, that was her original name before what's her name, her manager changed it. She got all upset, thought he was trying to rip her off. He was actually trying to give her game because Jada and them said that name is wrong. Nicki Minaj, and now it's a household name. If somebody else came halfway looking like Nicki Minaj, they would be completely hated and just completely bashed. So, you know, the people's on. Kim put out her joints. She put out Black Friday, and she put out her album, blocking Lil Kim stuff. So they're going side by side, dropping songs about each other, and it is so crazy to watch. It really is, because it's like, to me, it makes zero sense. You know, I mean, it's a lot of talent on both sides. Tons of it. I was just glad to say Hopefully it's over. We don't have to deal with it no more. Alright, so it's your boy Carcino, and I'm out. The beef is squashed in case you need to know some other information.